everybody, welcome back to Dad Talk. Today we are live in Washington, D.C. at CPAC 2020. And today I've got Mr. Vernon Robinson on the podcast. Vernon, how you doing?
We're doing great. It's been a long day at CPAC, but folks are still excited on Radio Room.
Right. So Vernon, tell everybody a little bit about what it is that you do.
Well, I wrote a book with Bruce Everly, Coming Home, available on Amazon, how black Americans will re-elect Trump. And it traces how black folks became Democrats and suggests how the president can turn FDR strategy on its head and grab 20% on black voter in swing states, thus crushing the Democrats.
Awesome, Vernon. Well, you know what? There is a topic I'd like to talk to you about, and I don't believe enough people are talking about it, and that's why we're here. I've heard Candace speak out about it, but fatherlessness is an epidemic that is sweeping the nation right now, and I know that's really big in the black community. What can we start doing to speak out about these issues, and just how important is it that we do?
Well, I think that it's critical that we take a look at the devastating impact of the welfare state on families. I mean, I think that right now only 28% of black families have a man in the house. And that's worse than slavery. I mean, there was a better percentage in bondage than that number. And how can you build a society or a community when the men aren't there? So I think that's one of the first steps. I think that folks need to be honest and talk about it more. The pastors need to talk about it and say, hey, you know, you're talking about black pride, but you're not marrying the father of your children. How do you create generational wealth with a single mom? That's not going to happen. And so, I think those things need to be talked about.
And there's many other issues, my man. So there's a lot of people just think Trump is a racist. He doesn't do anything for the black community, and that it's the Democrat Party that they need to be voting for. Could you tell everybody a little bit about why you support the president?
Well, the idea that the president was lauded by the civil rights establishment, the NAACP, the Urban League, Sharpton, Jackson, his entire life for 69 years, and he suddenly became a racist at 70 is probably shaky. It's probably that he ran against Hillary Clinton and beat her. Why folks are calling him names, but the Democrats have called every Republican, including back to and including Goldwater, a racist. And they just it works so well with Goldwater, they just keep on doing it. Clearly, the president has a great platform to run for re-election on with regard to all voters, but particularly black voters. He just recently defunded 900 Planned Parenthood facilities, most of which are located in black neighborhoods, thus saving thousands of black babies. The black population of the United States when Roe v. Wade was handed down was 18.7 million. Since Roe v. Wade, 47 years, 20 million black babies have been killed, larger than the entire black population of the United States in 1973. So he's doing something on the life issue. On school choice, he is trying to get as many kids out of the failing government schools run by teachers unions and into schools that work. And that finally has had a big political impact, like in the Florida governor's race, where 100,000 black women said, no, you're not, to the Democrat, going to take away my child or grandchild's school choice program.
Well, let's talk about racism for a second, Vernon. Do you believe that is a topic that is used to keep playing on the subconscious of people, to keep them scared from coming over and seeing the progress that is being made?
Well, I think that the Democrats create phony racial crises, like the Republicans don't want you to vote, ID is racist, etc., to boost black turnout. So it's cynical manipulation of black voters in order to get a higher turnout.
That's awesome, my man. Well, Vernon, I heard that you just wrote a book. Could you tell everybody a little bit about your book?
Well, it traces how black Americans became Democrats so that we can try to reverse the process. And the way that happened was that FDR saw millions of black citizens leaving the South, and they were going to the North, the West, and the Midwest. Well, they couldn't sell the Democrat Party to those voters, those new voters, because they knew the Democrat Party. It was the party of slavery, segregation, Jim Crow, and the Klan. So FDR sold himself and his wife's, charm offensive. Okay, well, even though the Republicans lost the moral high ground in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, the Trump administration and its policies have regained the high ground, moral high ground on school choice, life, the expansion of the economy, and both entrepreneurial activities and job opportunities, securing the border, the Second Amendment, and criminal justice reform, so that Trump can turn that strategy on its head, make a personal appeal to support him and not the Republican Party, and win support of enough black voters, 20% in the swing states, to crush his opponent, which looks like it's going to be Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. So I believe you said you had wrote a book, right, Vernon?
Yes, Coming Home, How Black Americans Can Re-Elect Trump, on Amazon.
Okay, get it at Amazon.com, and that's already out, so please go and check that out. Vernon, where else can everybody find you? Do you have any social media or website?
Well, you can check out blackamericans.org, and that is the Black Americans to Re-elect the President Super PAC website. We hope to buy $2.4 million of urban contemporary radio, the Steve Harvey program, and D.H. Hughley and whoever's in Afternoon Drive in the targeted 8 states to move those voters.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much. Please go check out Vernon. Vernon, thank you so much for coming to the podcast, my man.
It's great. And really appreciate it.
We'll be right back.